you just push the fitting in a little bit, shark bite comes undone, and boom! We'll be doing hardline water cooling the same way that we always do. Cut a piece of tube that's a bit too long, stick a little noodly boy in the center so you don't get it too warped. I recommend putting a little bit of water on this just to sort of lube it up. Then heat gun, bend it, sand it down to size, and we should be good. When our next print is done, it looks like everything's going to work out water cooling wise, but it is going to make it very difficult to get access to everything else, which means I think it's time for us to talk about our sponsor, Seasonic. Going in this case is the Prime TX1600, and this thing is a freaking beast. Like, just first of all, look at the size of this box, and then look at the size of this boy. I don't know if you can see in here, but look at the size of those high side caps. What an absolute beast this thing is. As I'm sure you guys already know, we absolutely love Seasonic here. They're brave enough that they sponsored a video where we bought just an absolutely massive power supply tester to test their power supplies against everyone else. That's how much they believe in their stuff. It comes with a 12-year warranty, and I personally have a Seasonic power supply in my case, and also just a Seasonic case, which is also really good. Maybe check that out as well. Anyway, should we put this guy in there? I guess it won't be permanent. We need to find the acrylic panel that goes right here, but what a beast. The Prime 1600 does come with these excellent black cables that feel really durable and are much better than the ketchup and mustard that it had in the past. But what they don't scream is, I worship the Big Ben. That's why we got these cables here. Ugh. Have you ever seen such a British 24 pin? We're in really good shape today if our newest print just works. It has been fantastic to have such fast printers here. We have the Bamboo Lab X1 Carbon and also the big old Pantheon printer. By using both of these, we're able to rip through 6 prototypes in a day. Any luck? This guy right here. This clears the tube right here. We are in good shape. We are in fact not in good shape. Fits great. Wow. And all it took was that much material. On the back of the case, we're going to laser etch in the Spiffing Brits watermark across the whole thing, which it turns out was fairly non-trivial because the watermark is, well, it doesn't repeat properly. This meant that poor Nicholas here had to basically just recreate the whole thing from scratch yesterday, but we're gonna finally be able to do it. One other really smart thing that he did is instead of having the watermark on an angle, we're taking the whole back panel and putting that on an angle so that the laser, when it cuts it, isn't going to be leaving any fuzzy edges. These lines are real nice and crisp because that's the way they're looking at it, getting this teapot in there is going to be rather difficult. We have a bit of an order of operations problem. We planned on just bolting it in here, but there's kind of an issue where in order to bolt the teapot in, we need to remove this radiator, but in order to get this radiator in, we need to remove the teapot. So yeah, that's a bit of an issue. To solve that, we're going to be using these little guys. They're called heat set inserts. So this right here, basically you stick a little soldering iron up its bum, and then you just press it into the plastic there, plastic melts, and then once the plastic has, dried, you have a little fastener in there. This will require some small changes in all of our holes to be completely accurate to where they need to be, but all of that's very doable and we need to do another print anyway. Final V2 of the mount seems to have worked. To hold the teapot in place, we have a rubber gasket, an acrylic piece, and a bunch of washers. It worked. Now you might have noticed that the GPU is gone. That was so that I could easily attach things like the RGB headers and the front panel I/O. GPU is going back in now, and the connectors that are behind it are not going to come out because I have just covered them in hot glue. There's nothing worse than having super fiddly, hard to get connectors behind a water-cooled GPU. Absolute nightmare stuff. To attach our soft tubing, we're going to be using a server tubing to help cool that. Also have shark bite fittings.
This is so dumb.
Oh yeah.
but like so awesome at the same time. Are we gonna run tea through it?
Yeah.
Yes! Green tea? No, English breakfast.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have to get this little chain of fittings in there. Somehow it's all covered in Vaseline now.